Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Again, it's Barkley. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Eagles are on the board first here in Vegas. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop. You look at this Raiders defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Pushes past him. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Milton Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Raiders defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Another try for Barkley. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now they send a man in motion right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey,
and here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 114 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. 69 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs. But sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. First down, here's a give to Barkley. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. Dotson in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And that one not going to work at all. Boy, the defense all over it. And they blow that up behind the line. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Eagles' 41-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Short throw caught by Bowers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Moore, the motion man. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 166 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be touched down here. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 26 yards. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll look to throw here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Stephon Diggs. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
The Eagles kick over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Raiders 21.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Back to throw again. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
And now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got his man, it's Gainwell. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Rondale Moore taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders get a bit closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's a foot race. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. There he goes again. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On second down, they'll run it here. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll drop to throw. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
And that is incomplete. When they need to play on 3rd down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
More the motion man. They'll drop to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The 37-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again.
My, oh my, 237 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. The slot man in motion right.
Throwing is Hurts.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. In motion left goes a tight end. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Running left, it's Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Left side caught by Diggs. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
2nd down and 6 now.
Second and 6 at the 41-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the Eagles dodge it. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Back to throw. He's got a man complete. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing until the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Bowers. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. They've got a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
They'll set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, they're off.